Hello everyone. Today we are going to start class 11th chapter Equilibrium part 1. Before starting the equilibrium, some basic definitions are required that should be very much familiar for the students. Let's start. The transformation of one substance into another is known as reaction. The main substance used at the starting stage during such transformation is not reactant. The change in the concentration of the reactant per unit time is called the rate of reaction. As the reaction proceeds, the reaction of the concentration of the reactant decreases with time, while the concentration of the product increases with time. Means we have few definition. First is the reaction. What is the reaction? What is the reactant? What is the rate of reaction? And what is the change on concentration while reaction occur? Then two type of reactions are there. One is the reversible reaction, second is the irreversible reactions. Reversible reaction in which its product can be converted into reactants and are known as reversible reactions. Mean concentration of reactant, then product of the concentration, they can interchange, they can reverse. These reactions are carried out in closed container. This is a very important factor. Reversible reaction happen only and only in a closed container. Suppose, as we have studied how we can make the ammonia, ammonia can be prepared with hydrogen and nitrogen in a closed vessel. And ammonia is there. If we will not take a closed vessel, the ammonia will release and again we will not get the hydrogen and nitrogen. Any reversible reaction, closed vessel is required. These reactions are carried out in closed container. Main characteristics of reversible reaction are: number 1, these reaction can be started from any side. Number 2, reversible reactions can never complete. They going on either side. Reversible reaction have the tendency to attain a state of equilibrium. For example, reversible reactions example, like as I mentioned, how can we prepare the ammonia? Ammonium chloride can be converted into ammonia and hydrochloric acid. Ferric chloride plus water can make ferric hydroxide and hydrochloric acid. Second point, what is the irreversible reaction? The reaction which proceeds only in one direction, that is reaction whose product cannot be converted back to reactants, are known as irreversible reactions. The reactions can proceed to completion. For example, when potassium chlorate KClO3 is heated in the presence of manganese oxide MnO2, oxygen gas is formed. But the reverse of these reaction is not true. It will not happen. We will not by the form KCl and oxygen, we would not combine to produce the reactant, that is KClO3. In reversible reactions, generally one or more of the products separate out or insoluble volatile species. Free energy change means delta G. We have studied in thermodynamics. In a reversible reaction is zero, or we can say free energy is less. And in irreversible reaction, delta G is less than 0. Now is the point, what is equilibrium? A system is said to be in a state of equilibrium if its properties like temperature, pressure, concentration, etc. don't change with time. An increase in any property is exactly balanced by a decrease in that property with system. Thus, equilibrium represents a state of balance between two opposite processes. Have you seen in the park, seesaw is there. One child is sitting in the one side and another child is sitting on the another side. So, they are making the balance. That is in the equilibrium. If in a seesaw, one child is sitting and second side, another side, 2 or 3 child are sitting, that time it will not be in equilibrium. That is the state. We can say equilibrium in the state. When a liquid evaporates in a closed container, molecules with relatively high kinetic energy escape the liquid surface into the vapor phase, strike the liquid surface and are retained in the liquid phase. It gives rise to constant vapor pressure because of equilibrium in which the number of molecules leaving the liquid equal to number returning to liquid from the vapor. We say that the system has reached an equilibrium state. The mixture of reactant and product is called the equilibrium mixture. The stage where there is no change in the concentration is called the dynamic equilibrium. Two types of equilibriums are there. One is the dynamic, second is the static. But in chemical reactions, we are using the dynamic equilibrium. Equilibrium involve ions are called ionic equilibrium. Equilibrium in physical process. The equilibrium between two physical states of the same substance is called physical equilibrium. All the reversible physical changes in a closed system ultimately lead to the state of equilibrium. For example, solid liquid, liquid gas and solid gas. The most famous example of physical equilibrium is the phase transformation process, which I mentioned. Suppose, what is the concept behind this equilibrium? This is a graph between two things. One is the rate and second is the time. If we plot the graph, rate of reaction with time, reaction will both the reactant will start working at a particular point. They will reach in the equilibrium state. That is called the equilibrium stage. As a system approaches equilibrium, both the forward and reverse reactions are occurring. At equilibrium, the forward and reverse reactions are proceed at the same rate. If you will plot the graph between two things, nitrogen and hydrogen, they will make the ammonia. So nitrogen start working with hydrogen at a particular point, that is the equilibrium, where the rate of reverse both the reaction will be same. A system of equilibrium, once equilibrium is achieved, the amount of each reactant and product remain constant. Here nitrogen, NO2 and N2O4 has reached equilibrium. This condition can be vary from different stages. The equilibrium can be reached little early or little late. It's specific for a specific reaction. Depicting equilibrium, in a system at equilibrium, both the forward and reverse reactions are being carried out. As a result, we write its equation with a double arrow, both side arrow. Here the partial pressure of the above gases are also equal. What are the general characteristics of the chemical equilibrium which are involved in this? Just I want to give you some knowledge about that. Like, number one, the physical equilibrium exists between two molecules of a substance in two phases. When system is closed, that system does not lose matter to the surrounding or gain matter from the surroundings. Number two, the physical equilibrium is a dynamic in nature and the two opposite processes occur at the same rate. The measurable properties of the system remain constant. This means the concentration of the substance remain constant. The equilibrium constant remain at the same under specified condition. Next is the equilibrium involved dissolution of solid or gases in liquid. Solid liquid equilibrium. When no more solute can be dissolved in the solution, it is called a saturated solution. Saturated means if you are dissolving salt or sugar in water, at a particular point you are not able to dissolve more salt and sugar. You require some artificial factor so that you can dissolve it. That is called the saturated solution. And also the rate of dissociation of sugar is equal to rate of crystallization of sugar. The ratio of radioactive molecule to the non-radioactive molecule in the solution increases till attaining a constant value. Ice and water placed in a perfectly insulated thermos flask at constant temperature of 273 Kelvin and at normal atmospheric pressure ice and water will be in equilibrium state and their mass will not change. The temperature at which ice and water are at equilibrium is at normal freezing point or normal melting point. Thus, we can say that for any purpose substance at atmospheric pressure, the temperature at which the solid and liquid phases are at equilibrium is called its normal melting point or normal freezing point. Next is the gases in liquid and Henry's law. There is a certain equilibrium between the molecule of gaseous state and molecules of the liquid state. Carbon dioxide gas form, reversible mark carbon dioxide in solution. We can say another example like the evaporation of a liquid in a closed container attain equilibrium at given temperature. For example, evaporation and condensation of water in atmosphere. As water evaporates, the pressure increases due to addition of water molecules into gaseous phase. The rate of evaporation is constant. However, the rate of increase in pressure decreases with the time, leading to equilibrium condition when there is no net evaporation. This indicates that number of water molecule in the gaseous state increases. The rate of condensation of water molecule from the gaseous state in liquid state also increase till equilibrium is attained. Mean rate of evaporation is equivalent to rate of condensation. What is the Henry's law? Henry's law states that the mass of a gas dissolved in a given mass of a constant at any temperature is proportional to the pressure of the gas above the solvent. The amount decreases with increase in temperature. Number 1. For solid liquid equilibrium, there is only one temperature melting point at 1 atmosphere pressure at which the two phases can coexist. If there is no exchange of heat with the surroundings, the mass of the two phases remain constant. For liquid vapor equilibrium, the vapor pressure is constant at given temperature. For dissociation of solid in liquid, the solubility is constant at a given temperature. For dissolution of gases in liquid, the concentration of a gas in liquid is proportional to the pressure of the gas over the liquid. General characteristics of equilibrium involving physical processes. Solid in liquids. The dissociation of a solid in liquid to prepare a saturated solution represents a state of physical equilibrium between undissolved solid and dissolved solid at a given temperature. Mean there is a balance between the undissolved and dissolved solid at a given temperature. We can dissolve a limit amount of sugar or salt in a given quantity of water if we make a thick sugar syrup by adding more and more sugar at high temperature. Then excess sugar will separate out as sugar crystals when the solution is cooled. We all call it saturated solution when no more solute can dissolve in it at given temperature. The concentration of solute in a saturated solution remain constant at given temperature. This indicates that a state of equilibrium has reached between undissolved and dissolved solute. In a saturated solution, a dynamic equilibrium exists between the solute molecule in the solid state and in the solution. Solution can be converted into sugar solid. It is equilibrium state, means rate of dissociation of sugar is equal to rate of crystallization of sugar. Equilibrium is only possible only a closed system at a given temperature. It is very important. Two things which are important: the system should be closed and temperature should be constant. Both the opposite process occur at the same rate and there is a dynamic but the stable condition. When equilibrium is attained for a physical process, it is characterized by constant value of one of its parameter at a given temperature. The magnitude of such quantity at any stage indicate the extent to which the physical process has proceeded before reaching equilibrium. What is the dynamic equilibrium? General general case of an equilibrium reaction is A plus B is both side aroma C plus D, where the passage of time there is a accumulation of the products C and D and depleting the reaction A and B. Reactants are A and B and products are C and D. This lead to a decrease in the rate of forward reaction and increase in the rate of reaction. Finally, the two reactions occur at the same rate and the system reaches at the same equilibrium. Law of chemical equilibrium and equilibrium constant. What is the before that, what is the dynamic equilibrium? It is a dynamic state of balance of a reversible reaction when the rate of forward reaction is equal to the rate of reverse reaction. When we can say that when a reversible reaction is carried out in a closed vessel, a stage is reached when the forward and backward reaction proceed with the same rate. It is an important point. This stage is known as chemical equilibrium. At the moment of mixing substance A and B, the rate of combination of A and B is mixture, while the rate of C and D to form A and B is 0. With the passage of time, the rate of combination of A and B decreases and the rate of reaction C and D increases. After a certain time, the two rate becomes the same and equilibrium is then established. Types of equilibrium. Before that, I want to say there are two types of reactions. One is a homogeneous equilibrium, second is a heterogeneous equilibrium. What is the homogeneous equilibrium? In which take place only one phase. It can be either liquid, solid, gas, any form. That is a homogeneous equilibrium. The chemical equilibrium of a homogeneous chemical reaction is called the homogeneous equilibrium. Second is a heterogeneous equilibrium. It occurs in different phases, means solid, gas, solid, liquid, etc. The chemical equilibrium of a heterogeneous chemical reaction is termed as homogeneous equilibrium. What is the characteristics of chemical equilibrium? The chemical equilibrium is a dynamic nature. At the equilibrium point, the measurable properties of the such system as density, temperature, pressure, color, etc. remain same. The equilibrium is achieved only if the reaction is carried in the closed container. A catalyst influences both the forward and backward reaction to the same extent. In a chemical reaction, both the forward and backward reactions help in achieving the chemical equilibrium. Equilibrium can be reached from either side. Next is the law of chemical equilibrium and what is the equilibrium constant. First, law of chemical equilibrium also called the law of mass action. The rate of reaction is directly proportional to the product of the active masses of the reactant. For example, if we are taking A plus B, they are the reactant and making the product. What is the product? Product is C and D. What will be the rate of reaction? Rate of reaction is directly proportional to active mass of A multiplied by active mass of B. Active mass of a substance is defined as the fraction of the total mass which actually participate in reaction. Under ordinary conditions, the active mass is substituted by molar concentration of partial pressure. Active mass of A, number of moles A divided by volume of the containing vessel. Or we can say number of gas A upon molecular weight of A total divided by volume of the containing vessel. So rate of reaction of above reaction is directly proportional to A and B, active mass of A and B. So rate of reaction is R is equal to, there is a constant K, active mass of A and B, where K is called the velocity constant or reaction rate constant or a specified rate or affinity constant. These reactants and product are balanced and hence we can relate them by equilibrium equation. Kc is called the equilibrium constant. Kc is equal to active mass of C and D divided by active mass of A and B. At a given temperature, the product of concentration of the reaction product raised to the respective stoichiometric coefficient in the balanced chemical equation divided by the product of concentration of the reactant raised to their individual stoichiometric coefficient as a constant value. This is known as law of chemical equilibrium. What does the value of K means? K is the constant. This is known as the equilibrium constant. The rate of the forward reaction, rate of the backward reaction. When we will take the ratio of forward reaction, backward reaction, we will get a constant that is called K is the equilibrium constant. K is more than 1. The reaction is product favored, product predominate at equilibrium. If the reverse take place, then the former predominates. What does the value of K means? If K is more than 1, mean reactant are less, products are more. If K is less than 1, means reactants are more and products are less. Product formation is less. The range of equilibrium. If in the first case, reactants are shown in the blue color and products are shown by the red color. If we are finding only one red color ball is there, means products are less, reactants are more, means small k. Rate of reaction is small. In the second stage, we are seeing black and green. They are in a almost equivalent ratio, means that K is in the intermediate stage. If reactants are more and products are less, means K is large. This is a homogeneous equilibrium when both the reactant and products are in the same stage. Either it can be solid, liquid or gas. Equilibrium constant for gases, we know what is the ideal gas equation. PV is equal to nRT. We know very well N is a constant, R is a constant. Here P is the pressure in pascals, N is the number of moles and volume in cubic meter. Then T is the temperature of Kelvin. If C is the concentration of mole per liter, then P is in bar. Then R is equal to this one. We know what is the ratio N upon V is called C. So P is equal to CRT. What is the heterogeneous equilibrium? Heterogeneous means when the reactant and product, they both have in the different physical state. It is called the heterogeneous equilibrium. Application of equilibrium constant. What is the use of this equilibrium constant? The value of equilibrium constant is independent of the original concentration of the reactants. The equilibrium constant has a definite value for every reaction at a particular temperature. However, it is vary with change of temperature. The equilibrium constant is independent of the pressure of the catalyst, since the catalyst influences the rate of forward and backward reaction to the same extent. For a reversible reaction, equilibrium constant for the forward reaction is inverse of the equilibrium constant for the backward reaction. The value of an equilibrium constant indicates the extent to which the reaction proceeds in the forward or reverse direction. The large value of K indicates that the reaction has proceeded in the forward direction to a large extent, while small value of K represents that the backward reaction has proceeded to a large direction. We have shown this thing by the picture of balls in the previous slide. Expression of equilibrium constant is applicable only when concentration of the reactant and products have attained constant value at equilibrium rate. The value of equilibrium constant is independent of initial concentration of the reactant and products. Equilibrium constant is a temperature dependent, having one unique value for a particular reaction and represented by a balanced equation at a given temperature. The equilibrium constant for a reverse reaction is equal to the inverse of the equilibrium constant for forward reaction. What is the significance of K? It helps in predicting of the extent of reaction. by seeing the K, we can say this is a forward reaction or backward reaction. The greater the value of K for a particular reaction, the greater is the amount of reactants changing into product. Means less is the stability of reactant. Predicting the extent of the reaction. The magnitude of equilibrium constant Kc and Kp is directly proportional to the concentration of the products and inversely proportional to the concentration of the reactants. Where K is very large, then the reaction proceeds nearly to completion. If K is very small, then the reaction proceeds rarely. The amount is very less. Predicting the direction of the reaction. By K, we can find out what direction is there. When equilibrium constant help in predicting the direction in which a given reaction will proceed at any stage. For this purpose, we calculate the reaction coefficient Q. It is denoted by Qc with molar concentration. If Qc is greater than Kc, then the reaction will proceed to the direction of reactant, means reverse direction. If Qc is less than Kc, then reaction is forward reaction. These are the few representation relation between Qc and Kc. If Qc is high with Kc, net reaction goes from left to right. If Qc is less than Kc, net reaction goes right to left. If Qc, Kc are equivalent, no reaction occur. Calculating equilibrium concentration. How can we calculate equilibrium concentration? Write the balanced chemical equation for the reaction. This is the first step. Under the equation, make the ICE table. The initial concentration, the change in concentration on going to equilibrium, then third is the equilibrium concentration. Substitute the equilibrium concentration into the equilibrium equation and solve for X. If you are solved to a quadratic equation, choose the mathematical solution that makes chemical sense. Calculate the equilibrium concentration from the calculated value of X. Check the result by substituting them into the equilibrium equation. Relationship between equilibrium constant K, reaction coefficient Q and Gibbs energy. What is the Gibbs energy? Yes, tell me. And what is the change in Gibbs energy? If delta G is the change in Gibbs energy is negative, then the reaction is spontaneous and proceed in the forward direction. If delta G is positive, then the reaction is considering non-spontaneous. If delta G is 0, the reaction has achieved equilibrium. The mathematical expression of the thermodynamic view can be written as, what we can say, delta G is equal to delta G naught plus RT log Q, where delta G is equal to delta G naught plus RT log K is equal to 0. So we can say delta G naught is equal to RT log K. Log K is equal to delta G naught upon RT. So K is equal to delta E minus delta G RT. Factors affecting equilibrium. La Chatterjee's principle. It states that the change in any of the factors that determine the equilibrium condition of a system will cause a system to change in such a manner so as to reduce Kc has the same value regardless of the amount of reactants and products that are put into system. However, if a system at equilibrium is subjected to change, then the system will no longer be equilibrium and value of equilibrium constant Kc will change. La Chatterjee's principle gave us the way to know how the effect of change in concentration on any equilibrium. It states that if a system in equilibrium is subjected to a change in temperature, pressure or concentration, then the equilibrium shifts in such a way that all the effect of the changed condition is multiplied. Thus, according to La Chatterjee's principle, there is important factors. By change in concentration, pressure and temperature, we can feel the difference. Suppose first, effect of concentration change. When the concentration of any of the reactant or product in this reaction at equilibrium is changed, the composition of the equilibrium mixture change so as to minimize the effect of concentration change. Effect of temperature change. Temperature affected reaction in two ways. Number one, it increased rate of reaction and the equilibrium reaches sooner. Second, it affects the equilibrium constant. An increase in temperature shifts the equilibrium in the forward direction of those reactions which proceed with absorption of heat, that is endothermic, and a backward direction of those reactions which proceed with the evolution of heat, that is exothermic reaction. Thank you. Have a good day. Good luck.